Perhaps the biggest area of opportunity in the current climate is to review your product or service mix. I'm sure you've already thought about that and thought about changes you can make to your products or services, or already done that. Things like diversifying your offering, moving online if you haven't already, and focusing on different customers. You should have information to hand to evaluate each product or service and see which are selling well and which are not. And have any of your products or services become obsolete? Are there complementary products or services you can add to your mix? Now, here's a useful framework that will help you make a plan for adapting your product or service mix. It's called the ANSOF matrix. And you may have seen this before, but it's really useful to help you determine your marketing strategy and understand the risks when expanding your offering. The framework shows 4 strategies for growth and existing markets and products. So this is the different areas, products and markets. So the first strategy is market penetration. So this means selling more of your existing products to your existing markets. And there's so many ways to do this. For example, communicating with more customers so they're aware of your full offering, training your team to cross-sell or upsell, starting a loyalty program to encourage customers to buy more often. Now, this is the lowest risk and most cost-effective strategy. Next is a matter of choosing to either develop a new product or to sell your new product, a new product into your existing market. If you choose product development, think about enhancing your current products or services to add more value, or developing an entirely new products or services. And if you choose market development, you could expand, say, geographically by opening in new locations or targeting new segments. Those are kind of medium risk. And the final strategy is diversification, which we've got in red here, because that involves both new products and new markets. This strategy is incredibly high risk, and I would suggest should be avoided in uncertain times like now. What's important it is to avoid trying to take on too much at once. Start with just 1 or 2 strategies which will help you sell more of your existing products to existing markets. It's like the main goals for the year. Don't take on too much. Take smaller bites, make them work, and keep on doing that again and again. As part of your review of your product or service mix, you're likely to look at your pricing, which is always a good idea. And you might be tempted to discount your prices, hoping this will result in more sales and increase your gross margin. Or you might flip it the other way and consider increasing your prices as a way to grow your revenue. Before changing your prices, I really think you've got to understand the impact that will have. And I'll just show you this now. For example, if your gross margin is 30%, so that means that for every £100 you sell, you've got £70 of cost and £30 of gross profit, and you discount your price by 10%. So gross profit margin at the top here on this table, and you discount it by 10%, you will need to increase your volume of sales by 50% to keep at the same profit level. And you can see as the margin increases, that impact is less. But for low margin businesses, there can be a very, very rapid impact. You need to fully understand what's going on there. However, if you choose to increase your price at the same margin of 30%, and you were to increase your price by 10%, the calculations here show that you could reduce your sales volume by 25% before your gross margin will reduce to the amount of money that you were making before your price increase. I often find this is a really light bulb moment to business owners who are scared to put up prices. And when we talk about just maybe a 1% increase or a 2% increase, and yes, customers can be sensitive, but here, you know, 30% margin is not unusual. 35% margin is not unusual. And to increase your margin, your prices by 2% and lose 5 to 6% of volume, you're often losing what I call the BMW clients, the bitches, moaners, and whingers. And it can make business far more efficient when the complaining clients drop out simply because of the price increase. We do more on that another time, but it's very, very important for you to understand what changing prices can do to the underlying business.